Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, I have been paying attention to the trial that's going on right now. I haven't been paying attention as much as other people have, but I've been reading it, you know, day 6 or 7 of this trial now, to see how the prosecution has really has been doing everything they can to make odds better of getting Kyle Rittenhouse thrown into jail and to create a major precedent about self-defense in the eyes of the American public. That's very clear what's going on here. And the prosecution has just been fumbling over themselves, shooting themselves in the foot, because they have the worst clients ever. The worst clients ever. You're talking about a bunch of degenerate, violent reprobates who are obviously in the wrong. And this one survivor over here, the survivor, the one guy that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't kill, who was very close to getting it too, he put the nail in what should be the final nail in the coffin of the prosecution today. This is what he did, went on up there, and you have to take, or this was yesterday, you have to take a listen to this. The guy's name is Gage Grosskreutz. Gage, his name is. Now, you got to put up your volumes because you can't really hear the defense too well, but you can hear the definitive answers as he says that Kyle Rittenhouse did not shoot him until the gun that he was holding was that the guy on the stand right now was holding was pointed at him. All right, one of the attackers just admitted this in court yesterday. So you got to really, and then I want to show you what the prosecution did as he said this and admitted this in the court before the jury, and is now part of the record. Here we go. Hold on. Ready?
With your arms up in the air, he never fired, right?
Correct.
Okay, so the defense just says with your arms up in the air, so your hands are up, and you're kind of backing off, your arms are in the air, Kyle Rittenhouse did not fire. Is that correct? And he says, correct. So, with his hands up, Rittenhouse doesn't fire. Now here we go.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, that he fired, right?
Correct.
So it wasn't until you pointed the gun at him and advanced at him with the gun pointed at him that he fired his weapon. Is that right? And again, correct. Which is astonishing for a number of reasons, and I want to get into those before we go into the break. But here, just watch. There's really nothing much to say after that. Now the camera is panning. You're looking at Gage in the face. This is all, and there is Kyle Rittenhouse, who's obviously shaken with emotion because he understands what this means for him. I don't think that he has taken glee in any of the situation that he has been caught in. He was caught in Kenosha when the entire place was being burned to the fucking ground by animals, and he did what he did in self-defense. But he understands how big this is, so he's trying to choke back emotion. He feels relieved, and then you get a glimpse of the prosecution here, head in hands, because they understand how it devastates their case. You'll see right at the end. I'll try to pause it.
You had...
Right there. Look at that. Head in hands. Understands what that meant. They understand what that meant. Now, I got to go in. It's amazing that this man, Gage, actually told the truth on the stand, and I think it's just really remarkable. And it affirmed that Kyle was acting in self-defense. We knew this from the beginning, and did not shoot until his life was in mortal danger. So who knows? And who knows why he did it? Maybe he's just grateful to not have been counted among the small pile of dead sex offender arsonists that Rittenhouse was forced to put down that day. Maybe he's just grateful to be alive and wants to tell the truth at all costs. And I actually, really, I tip my cap to him, because as an Antifa thug, he had an opportunity to work with these leftist prosecutors to go and try to further destroy the name of Kyle Rittenhouse. But he didn't. But the real telling thing, like I said before, is the prosecution. Now here's a picture of them, after he took his hands out of his head out of his hands. But that's the real telling thing here is the prosecutor with his head in his hands because he knows that the case has been blown to bits, or at least should be blown to bits. And what does it say about what we're up against when the prosecutor is this upset that the truth was told, because obviously he had been assigned to avoid the truth at all costs in this trial in order to deliver a political victory for the left, who wants Americans to feel powerless against the street thug paramilitary mobs in the years to come. Because the color revolution is not stopping now. Now that Joe Biden has been inaugurated president, the color revolution is not stopping. Just like we know how Black Lives Matter trends every 4 years that somebody needs to get elected who's a leftist. This is the face right there. Look at that fat lump in the middle. The prosecutor. That's the face you make when your client admits that he was a lethal aggressor who was shown mercy. What justice were these losers think that they were seeking? What would be justice to these people if they feel like their job has been blown because the truth was told? That's those are the underlying premises. That's the underlying premise here. That's just unbelievable. I really hope that this kid is able to get on with his life as quickly as possible. He may need to relocate and just fade away for a little bit. But anyway,